A crime of passion is still a crime. That's according to President of Raise Your Voice St. Lucia, Catherine Seelys, who is speaking out on the perceived recent uptick in domestic violence from some quarters of society. The activist did not mince words in her critique of the deteriorating situation befalling victims of domestic abuse, especially intimate partner violence on St. Lucia. But despite her outrage, she does not subscribe to the notion that domestic violence is on the increase. Seelys asserts that the scourge is greatly underreported and its deadly consequences are only amplified by the episodic bouts of violence punctuated by tragedy and the sound bites of dismay.
There is no uptick in violence against women. Violence against women has never gone down. What you don't have is a murder of a woman every day. So when a murder of a woman happens, everybody's up in arms. But violence against women is an everyday, every minute, every hour thing.
The Raise Your Voice president calls for a total restructuring of the agencies charged with the welfare of victims of gender-based violence. Seelys believes the system is deeply flawed, grossly inefficient, and inadequate to cater to the needs of victims of domestic abuse.
The Department of Gender Relations runs the shelter for women, but you must be at the point of death for them to pick you up. So the situation in St. Lucia is so critical, I don't even know what to say about it. Our organization provides limited services, and because of the virus and the conditions that have been created, with everybody losing their job and everybody being in need, we are inundated and we have no space. We don't have the resources that is required to handle the situation at hand. And the Department of Government, the Department of Human Services, the Family Court, the Ministry of Social Justice, all these agencies are broken beyond repair and does not provide the support that is required for women who are victims of gender-based violence.
The advocate calls for services for both victims and the perpetrators to put an end to the vicious cycle.
We need to have services for women so they can access support services like counseling, like shelters, like job assistance program. We also need counseling for men who are perpetrators of gender-based violence, and we need to also have job support services for them. We do not have services for people. You go to the family court as a domestic violence victim. The family court gives you a letter and tell you go to the police station, ask the police station to go home and move your things in your house as a woman. And the man who is the abuser gets to stay in the house, and the case is dragging 10 years down the road with 150 adjournments. There is no justice in this country.
Seelys has no qualms with perpetrators facing hard time at the penitentiary. However, she warns that due process must prevail for justice to be served, citing the grisly murder of 30-year-old Crystal George, whose charred remains were discovered on Sunday, February 22, 2020, as one of many examples.
It has taken so long for this young lady who was burnt in the vehicle trial to come to the court. That we are moving on and we are forgetting about it, and justice is delayed indefinitely in those cases. What we want is for justice to be swift and justice to be done within a specific time frame.
Resurgence calls for a revision of social services come amid the most recent homicide of 22-year-old Anella Wilson, who was gunned down at Pigeon Point on Sunday, July 12, 2020. One man has since surrendered to authorities in the wake of the shooting. Wilson was reportedly involved in a tumultuous relationship. It is not clear if there is a correlation between her brutal murder and a history of threats and abuse. Police are investigating. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.